Welcome back to episode 3 of the 1 Million Project and Vision 1. Now, this episode is about expectations and reality. And I have to make this episode because in today's world, many things that will keep you from success are false expectations and a false reality. So let me start with what basically has cost me many years and many months, and this is basically social media and this false reality which people on there are portraying that you can become rich quick and it's very easy and everybody can do it. That's just not true. So first of all, social media in the form of influencers can have good outcomes. So for example, I would not have learned about trading if it wasn't for social media, YouTube, these ads, and people on there honestly talking about it. But the problem is, out of 100 people, 99 people will actually tell you bullshit. So that's the problem. And the reality is that most of these people, these so-called influencers, they're only influencing you in a bad way. They make their money with videos, with courses, with talking, with nonsense. Their income is not generated out of trading, which in itself is one of the best professions because you don't technically have a boss. You can just trade and make money. So why would you make your main income from selling something to people? That doesn't make sense. I don't say that people can't sell something and make their time worth. Like today, I'm doing this for you for free. And right now, nobody knows me. But that doesn't mean that my time is not valuable. Because trust me, you will know me. And so the problem is that people have the wrong mindset. They are naive and they get influenced by these people, by these idiots, and they give them money. I've done that myself. And what's even worse than paying for some false information is you pick up that information and you try to apply it and you will lose money. So you've not only wasted money, you've wasted time and you've learned the wrong thing. And these people just trying to convince you that this works and this is the right thing. And this is the worst thing with this. And so you just have to understand there is no getting rich quick. Now, what do I mean by this? Yes, some people become insanely rich quickly. Like in a matter of weeks, they made millions. In a matter of months, if that's quick for you. But that's not the reality for most people. And why is that? Well, because trading also has a system. Like for example, most forex pairs cannot, they just cannot move, I don't know, 10,000 pips a day. It's just not the range, it's just not within the system. So there are certain limits to your trading. And now the main factor that comes into the equation to get rich quick is risk. You cannot get rich quick if you don't risk a lot. And to risk a lot means you have a certain rate, a certain percentage of being right and being wrong. And the higher, obviously, your rate of being right is, so your win rate, the more you could potentially risk. But that doesn't mean that you won't have a bad run, or you won't get emotional, or all these factors, and you won't lose. And the more you risk, the more you lose. And this makes something with you. And so your expectations and your reality all get mixed up. And now, what happens when you go to social media, to Instagram, to YouTube, to all these platforms, and you see people showing all these unrealistic results, never show the losses? Why? Because there's a conflict of interest, because they want to sell you something. So obviously, they need to show themselves from their good side. So in trading, only showing the winners. So this is one thing. And then even this whole fake industry, because I've actually exposed previously how you can fake MetaTrader results and many other platforms too. Not only photoshopping these, actually in the back end, like you pay a few thousand and you actually get access to the back end. Um, you know, like there are certain plugins, and you can then just edit running trades that you never took. You can make it look real. And what do you think? How hard is it for like an influencer with many, many followers to, I don't know, pay 3, 4, 5K a month to actually fake these results and then make 100K or even 500K in, um, selling courses? Um, yeah, it's just a false reality and a big conflict of interest. And you have that conflict of interest all the time in this industry. You have it with brokers, you have it with prop firms, you have it with influencers. So basically, there's not many people you can trust in this industry. And so, what does it come down to? It comes down to the reality, like the real world. And you will notice this um, pretty early, that there is not many people in this industry you can trust, because time is money and everybody wants to make it. Um, yeah, so you have to be very mindful. I don't even say that you should trust me, but I've paid my due to. I've spent so many years failing and paying people for information for a course. I've learned all the crack courses. I've developed everything by myself. I've started over and over again. Like, I've been through all of the things you might go through or you will go through. And I was basically at the start, I was there when binary options came. I was there when they got banned. I was there first when prop firms came around, like pretty early when FTMO started. I was one of the first people who've heard about this. I, saw everything with brokers going down. Um, I saw in 2015 the depegging, Swiss franc, all of these things. So, you know, I've seen many people come and go, and it's all bullshit. And with this series and these episodes, I want to show you how you can do this. You don't need to pay for it, you just need to focus. There's already too many people just talking, 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 not showing any value. And I'm just sick of it, man. I'm sick of this. And so I want to do this. I want to help you guys. And I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks, what anybody says. There's no conflict of interest. This market is nearly 8 trillion. 8 trillion a day. You've now have many markets growing, including crypto. There's so many opportunities. The best time to start is now, but you have to start right. So now, let us make a quick plan in your head. Don't get rich quick. Don't have this mindset. Get rich slowly. And with slowly, this could even be in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years, even in 5 years or 10. But what I mean by that is just don't expect getting rich in a week or in a month. It won't happen. And even if you have the time, great opportunities are abundant. We have them every day, but just not how you would expect it. Because you have a life, even if you, I don't know, are a kid or a student and you have the time to sit in front of the computer the whole day, every day, it doesn't mean that you will make it. Because first, you have to get your mindset and your expectations right. You can become free, which should be above anything else, and it will take time. It will take time for you to learn, to get experienced, to stand up again after you have fallen down over and over again. There are just many, many things to learn for you. And on a personal level, trading is much more about personality and psychology and discipline and mindset than any strategy whatsoever. I mean, you could make money with basically half of all strategies that are out there. Now that might be controversial, and I wouldn't take any strategy. Obviously, I've tested them all. So obviously you need an edge, but it really comes down to your personality and mindset. Just keep that in mind. Never forget that. Next step is, don't get fazed by social media, by all these stupid people telling you what you can and can't do. You must detox from this and realize what's true. And if you can't realize that, then please try it, fail, and come back and ask yourself these same questions. It's a loop, and you will get sucked in and never basically break free from this. It's just another prison you have entered, instead of breaking free from all of this. So again, remember why you have started trading, your motivation, and come to your senses. Because most people today are very naive and not really smart about trading and investing. In today's world, more people will watch a video like this on YouTube than read a book, or even better, study in a university finance or how these things work. And now with ChatGPT coming up, even less people, they will just ask ChatGPT, and yeah, it will explain something to them, which isn't wrong overall. I mean, if ChatGPT is smart and gives you a great answer, that's cool. I mean, times are changing. But what I mean by that is, don't start in the wrong way, and most of us sadly do. Now, for reality, you will realize after many months or years and losses that trading isn't about this fancy lifestyle. It's much more, how should I say it? It's, you should really focus more on a continual growth, like a straight line, rather than big risk and a quick curve. You can do both though, and that's what I'm doing with this project with Vision 1-2. I have several accounts for several risk profiles, but you have to be able to manage this. And before you do this, you need your expectations right. And for this, you need a reality check. You need to sit down, write down on a paper what you expect, what you've achieved by now, and how you can get there. And actually think about. I will explain my strategy later, and it's quite simple. But actually think about, with all these things you see on here on social media, what actually helped you? Like, be real. Did you make, I don't know, 50% wins, 100% wins over a certain period of time? Like, or even, did you pass a prop firm challenge? Were you able to consistently make 1, 2, 3% a month, not more, on bigger money? Like, whatever it is, there just must be some measure of success. And if you aren't there, first of all, could be many reasons, but most of all could be because you are following the wrong expectations and people, and you have learned the wrong things which aren't working. And then you also need to focus on yourself, on your personality, because you cannot win if you haven't won control over yourself. And trading is all about control, controlling risk, most of all, controlling your emotions and expectations. And so it really comes down when people say, yeah, this is trading. No, most of the time not. Smarter people say, well, trading first of all is risk management. Yes, but that is also only partially true, because what is risk management? Risk management is also emotional management and management of your expectations. Because you cannot cut your risk if your expectation is, I must double my money every day, every week, whatever, but the market just doesn't provide a good opportunity, or you missed one, whatever it is, you must manage your expectations and your own reality. And for this, I encourage you to detox, to detox from all of social media. You don't need it. You don't need. What would be the purpose of social media for trading? Okay, do you want to see sentiment? You don't need it. Do you want to get signals? No, you don't use them. If you need signals, you can't trade. You're not independent, and most signals, they have no clue. They lose money. So don't follow it. Do you want to see flashy cars and watches and a lifestyle? You don't need it. Why do you want to see it? To get inspired? If this is your motivation, you gotta ask yourself what the fuck you're doing. Because yeah, a sports car is fun, but do you need is that the reason why you're doing this? It shouldn't be. And so you can get that at some point. You can get a villa, you can get everything, but that's just not the first focus um, which you should have, and your first expectation. So just sit down, write down everything I've said right now, and check on yourself what you basically want, who you are following, and if you really need this. And in my case, no, social media for me is fun. It's connecting, it's fun, but it's nothing more. And in fact, I must detox because it's so toxic, it's so time consuming, and it's so fucked up, and you get addicted. So I would recommend to you, stop. Just stop and slow everything down. Slow it down. And once you realize that less is more, you've already made it. That's it. Less is more. And now one final thing. What I have focused, instead of making money quick, to make money consistently, slowly, I would have made more money much quicker. Now, isn't that something to think about? All the best to you. See you in the next episode.